Communicate. Listening and Speaking Skills. Coursebook. By Kate Pickering. CD 1. Unit 7. Speaking. Exercises 1 and 2. Extract 1.
Have you seen that new car advert?
Which one?
The one with the robots. I think it's really cool.
Oh yeah, the one with the slogan, designed by artists, built by robots, driven by you. But what car's it for?
What?
What's the make of the car?
Oh, no idea. But I like the ad.
Extract 2.
Modern life is stressful for all of us. We're always on the go, never seem to stop. That's why I make sure my family boosts their defences with new Act Flora, the probiotic drink that protects your body from the inside. Don't delay, use Act Flora today.
Extract 3.
OK, so Lizzie, you're looking at the campaign for magazines and posters. Now, Craig, what about the jingle?
Well, the company wants to get across the idea of being able to have a cup of key coffee whenever you want. So I was wondering about something like, your time, my time, any time is key coffee time.
OK, well, that's a start. Maybe we could make it sound a little more modern?
Extract 4.
A good logo has 3 principal characteristics. Firstly, it must be easy to remember. Second, it must work equally well in black and white or colour. Finally, it must work on both a large scale, so that it looks good full size on an enormous hoarding, or small on office paper, pens, etc. If you look at the screen, you'll see a classic logo I'm sure you all know, for the Open University. A very simple design incorporating the 2 initials O and U.
Extract 5.
OK, so I think we can promote the new courses on the homepage by putting a banner across the top of the screen. Something nice and eye-catching.
Right, maybe in a different colour to the rest, and maybe a pop-up?
Yeah, OK, with a link to the page with course information.
Unit 7. Pronunciation. Exercise A.
Zone. Song.
Unit 7. Pronunciation. Exercise C.
Radio. Slogan. Logo. Login. Pop-up. Poster.
Unit 7. Listening. Exercise 3.
One of the most controversial innovations in American advertising in recent years was the introduction of advertising campaigns in U.S. schools. The idea was first used in Colorado in the 1990s and has been a focus for argument and controversy ever since. Of course, it all started for a very important reason: money. The school board in District 11 was facing a severe financial crisis. The number of children in school had risen, but they couldn't generate enough money from taxation to pay for education. Something had to be done. Working with the help of a professional in marketing, the school administrators negotiated contracts with major companies to advertise on school buses, in sports stadiums, and inside the schools themselves. The benefits are obvious. Those in favor of the project point to the money that was generated to improve schools, sponsor reading programs, build resource centers, and so on. There's no doubt that school facilities have improved. However, some people say the price has been too high. Critics argue that placing advertising in schools where parents can't control it is exploiting children. Supporters of the scheme say that children nowadays are exposed to advertising all day anyway. But opponents point out that parents can at least turn off TV commercials. In school, there is no off button, and children are obliged to attend school and then forced to look at advertisements as a means of paying for their free education. But a more major area of concern is the type of products being advertised. The vast majority of school sponsors are producers of hamburgers, pizzas, and fizzy drinks. There are very real fears that saving school finances on the one hand is having a devastating effect on children's health on the other. The USA is a country where obesity is a major health problem and a significant cause of illness in adult life. Is it right to increase the influence of fast food producers by letting them play a major part in school life? Many people feel it is not.
Unit 7. Functional Language. Exercise 2.
One of the most subtle forms of advertising is product placement in films. This is where filmmakers include close-ups of a sponsor's products in the films they make. Supporters of product placement argue that in our normal life we are surrounded by commercial products, so there shouldn't be any problem with seeing these on the big screen. The benefits are obvious. Product placement helps pay for the costs of making a film. However, critics argue that this is an insidious kind of advertising that we cannot choose to ignore. Do you go to the cinema to be treated like a consumer? I certainly do not.
Unit 7. Functional Language. Exercise 4.
People have argued about banning advertising of violent toys on television for some time. Critics of this proposal argue that parents are the decisive factor in their children's behaviour and that toy companies should be able to sell their products in the same way that other companies do. However, supporters of the ban point out that violent crime is on the increase in most countries and that children should be protected from the adult world. Some countries, such as Greece and Venezuela, have already banned commercials for violent toys directed at children. But is this just a new form of censorship? Should children not be free to watch whatever they want? Most of us would agree that they should not.
Unit 7. Pronunciation. Exercise B.
One of the most subtle forms of modern advertising is product placement in films.
Unit 7. Final task. Exercise 2.
Using shocking images on hoardings and posters has been one of the most controversial innovations in advertising in recent years. Personally, I don't like the image. I think it's very dark and it doesn't get my attention. I think it's a good idea to use shocking images to stop really serious problems in society, like men attacking women, but that's something for adults. I don't think young people have any serious problems, so I'm against the proposal.
Unit 7. Review. Exercise 3. Definition 1.
This is normally a phrase that advertisers use repeatedly so that people associate it with a product. It's the real thing, or I'm loving it, are two famous examples.
Definition 2.
People sometimes give you this type of advertising in the street or at the entrance to the metro.
Definition 3.
We use this verb to describe the start of an advertising campaign.
Definition 4.
This is a short song or piece of music that accompanies an advert.
Definition 5.
This is a person who buys or uses a product.